Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dadija Patel, and I'm the president of Equal Space Club of GC Bhavnagar. I would like to welcome you all to our first event. Our club aims to promote women empowerment and gender equality among the students of GC Bhavnagar. I would like to welcome our principal, Dr. GP Varudaria sir, and our faculty coordinator, head faculty coordinator, Dr. Devanshu Srivastav, and our guest speaker for today, Dr. Dimple Mehta. Dr. G.V. Vadodaria sir completed civil engineering in 1990 from MSU and master's in 2000 from LD College. After joining as a civil engineering faculty in GC in 1991, he joined IIT Delhi as a full-time research scholar to pursue his PhD. In November 2014, he joined as the principal of LD College, and in October 2019, he joined as the principal of GC. He is presently Dean of GTU, EC member of AICTE New Delhi, and also Academic Council member of various universities. Today, our webinar is about women health. We will be covering reasons for emphasis on women health, aspects of women health, and ways to maintain women health. Our guest speaker today is Dr. Dimple Mehta. She is a renowned gynecologist and she's been practicing for more than 20 years now. She has established Dr. Mehta Maternity Clinic in Bhavnagar. Now I would like to invite Dr. G.P. Varudaria sir to share a few words with us.
Okay. Thank you, Dadija. And I would like to welcome once again on behalf of GEC Bhavnagar, Dr. Dimple Mehta, a gynecologist at Bhavnagar. I would like to welcome all my dear students and girl students, all faculty members, those who have joined today, the first event of Equal Space Club of GEC Bhavnagar. Uh, Dr. Mehta, I would like to just share that we have started various students club. Nearly we have started 14 clubs in last couple of months, and since May 21, we have started various events. It was not possible to a physical event. That's an offline event. So we started with a online event. So already 6 clubs have already done the event in this particular 22 days, and the rest of the clubs have also are in queue to have some kind of event from their club side. So today is the first event of Equal Space Club, and I am glad that we are starting with a very important issue or very important topic, because this is very very important, because all our girl students, all our lady faculty members, and all the faculty members and the students who are live today, who are joined today this program, at least we are, should be knowing about the fact and the figures and what can be the solution or what we are supposed to take care. So I think this is a very very important topic. Dr. Mehta, I would like to just remind you that 2 years back I had a very good same kind of topic expert lecture at LD College. I was the principal over there, and I invited Dr. Mukesh Bavisi. Dr. Mukesh Bhavishi and Mrs. Budula Bhavishi, both are, I think, they are all my schoolmates. So we have studied in Sainik School, Balachari. So we are schoolmate. So I invited him, and he delivered a very good, fantastic talk on the health issues related to the women and what they are supposed to say. It was a nearly 250 lady faculty and girl students were present, and it was one of the finest program which was handled by Dr. Mukesh Bhavis. He's also a very good orator. Also, just to inform you, probably you must be knowing, he's based in Ahmedabad. So I was also present over there. So I could hear the various issues up to cancer. He talked about the various issues regarding the related to the women. So I think today you are the base person, resource person for all my students and faculty members. I will not take much time, but I'm really thankful to you for spending your valuable time, because doctors' time is very precious. We are all academician. We are doing such kind of things online because of constraint due to pandemic. But even though you are practicing and you have spared some time for us, I'm really thankful to you from my bottom of heart. Thank you all, Dr. Srivastav, all faculty members, and Dadija for handling this program. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Okay,
Before
sir.
we begin, I would just like to extend our thank to ma'am for accepting our invitation. And when I was having a word with Dadija, with the moment this club was formed, I said that I belong to humanities background. So I have studied this theory called feminism and the different strings that it has, from the liberal view to radical view and all. Probably doctors belong to the radical view of feminism. They try to bring change in the society through science and technology. That is what the theory says, which I was dealing with. But ma'am, the moment we were having, Dadija and I were having a discussion that what should be done, I said you can call upon a doctor who at this situation is like uh, the best person on earth and has been registered as the fighters, as well as talking on women issues. Who else can be? Women, we consider them goddess. And if there is a lady doctor, you can find out her place in the heart of women, right? You are at ease when when a lady goes to a doctor and she finds a lady replica over there. She is at ease, a psychological relief. So, ma'am, on behalf of GEC Bhavnagar, I, Dr. Himanshu Srivastav, thank you from the bottom of my heart, from Equal Space and from all the students who are desperately waiting to find their solution in the words of Dr. Dimple Mehta. Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Radija?
Okay, ma'am, you may begin.
Thank you so much, Dr. Srivastav and Dr. Vadodaria. Dr. Srivastav, you had, very nice, kind words. I'm thankful to you for making us goddess as a woman, as a doctor. But the God is supreme power, and we are nowhere next to the God. We are just a very simple human. But yes, with a few knowledge, we can guide you to empower women health. Dr. Vadodaria, I'm grateful to have you here today. I'm a little bit more nervous than student because this is first time I'm delivering a lecture after 20 years. Once upon a time, I was a teacher in medical college around 22 years ago. Later on, I never had any chance to interact with intelligent and intellectual young people like you all. So I'm very much happy and glad today. And when I heard about the Hija and the feminism club in your college, I'm really glad to know that this is very active cell of your college. And when we were discussing, the idea came in our mind that let's not just keep it for the girls only. We should involve boys as well,
Right.
because at the juncture of 21st century, there is boys have grown and our humankind has grown in such a mature status that there is no secret which a girl should keep from boy or from man of the family. And all of us have really acquired such a knowledge, scientific knowledge, that we really want to help each other to grow as a better humankind. And that's why girls and boys, all issues should be shared equally with each other openly. There should be no taboo for that. So I'm happy that boys also have joined, and they will also come to know, because all boys are dealing with some female in their family, including mother, starting from the mother to sister to friends, girlfriends, wife, mother, grandmother. So they should be knowing what is happening with the woman, and how they can help them and to bring peace and happiness in the family. So this is most important that boys have joined. And over the period, you will be surprised, the scientific study has been done which shows that woman and man genetic system does not have a major difference. There are only 3 genes in the male body out of 22,000 or 26,000 genes I found by scientists. And out of all these genes are similar in man and woman. Only there are 3 genes which are different and which make man different from the female. So we are all same. Only 3 major sexual difference genes are there which can differentiate man from the woman. And there it comes that we share equal body system. Then why we have to speak more about women health? Why we want to speak about women empowering? Why we are not equal? Why we have to focus more on women health? So there are 2 main reasons for that, why we are emphasizing more on women health. One is, of course, medical. I will narrate that woman is child bearer of 2 species. Woman bears child in her womb and gives birth to the child. So if a woman is healthy, definitely she will give birth to a healthy child. That means a healthy future generation, healthy society, healthy world. So women's health has a very much important role in bringing a next better future. That's the more reason medically that we give more emphasis on women health. And women create a child and create a society. That's why she is called as creator, and that's why woman has been labeled as a god or goddess. The reason that she is really a goddess, she gives birth to a child, next generation, brings new and bright future. So we are discussing, we want that our next future is healthy, have a superior quality, a better life. That's why we are taking care of women health more than anything else. And second important reason for bringing emphasis on women health is, of course, social. Here, everyone sitting here, boys who are listening, a men who are listening, have must have noticed. They may have not reacted, but they have noticed that there is some gender discrimination going on in our society, not just in India, but all over the world. It is similar scenario. Women have been treated as secondary citizen, second sex, we can say. So they are somewhere and other way they are lacking in the facilities which they are getting in comparison to boys. So अगर आप छोटी सी बात का एग्जांपल ले ले, तो अगर घर में तो एक लड़का और एक बेटा बेटी खाना खा रहे हैं, और अगर बेटी 2 रोटी मांगेगी, तो मदर विल से दैट बेटी कम खाओ, तुम्हारा फिगर चेंज हो जाएगा, तुम मोटी हो जाओगी. उसके कंपैरिजन में अगर लड़का बोलेगा मम्मी 2 रोटी दे, तो मम्मी बोलेगी 4 लो बेटा, तुम और खाओ, ताकत बनाओ. This is very simple thing. This really, mother does not want any harm to the girl child, but she is discriminating in simpler way. This is very simple, very non-harming way of discrimination. But then in higher stages, in your school, college, everywhere you will notice that women are getting a little bit less important. She has now started believing herself that she is a secondary citizen. She is not very important person in the human species. So to make her aware, to understand the responsibility of her value of being creator of next generation, we have to take her to the stage that she can understand the value of being a woman. It's just not a simple species, but she is having a responsibility of taking our generation to more healthier status of the generation. So that's why we want to uh, uh, address this subject more open. Everywhere we want to talk about women health, women empowerment, and all this thing. So I think now it's clear that why the women's health is to be considered as a more important part of the health system. First of all, going forward, I want to give you a definition of health. So first, we have to understand what is health when we talk about women's health. So WHO has defined health as a status of an individual in an absence of any physical, psychosomatic, or social disease. So health is been defined by the absence of any disease. Health is not a status where you can just name it, but it is an absence of any disease. When you are free of any disease, you are healthy. So when you eat and sit and eat and sit, you will not be remaining healthy all the time. You have to work in a way that your body system protects you from the any disease, and then you remain healthy. So for to be healthy, you have to work a little bit here and there to claim yourself healthy individual. So health is not a status we can acquire on its own. We have to try a little bit. We have to take some lifestyle changes, take care of ourselves, think about our body needs, and then we can be healthy if we take care properly in a food, lifestyle, or any other small remedies. So now when we come to female health, I want to divide female health in few different parts to simplify understanding of female health. So female health has been divided into, I have divided into 5 parts. One is hormonal health, second is physical health, third is psychological health, fourth is social health, and fifth, there are some preventive measures which can make a human healthy. So to begin with I will begin with hormonal health, because hormones are the most important part of woman health, woman system. And hormones are the thing which differentiate a man from the woman. So how that system works, I want the Dahija to put the picture of uterus and ovaries. If you put it, then I can show it. So till age of 9 to 10 years, the boys and girls grow very equally, and they have similar body features, similar structural development. But by age of 9 or 10, when puberty comes, yeah, when puberty comes at the age of 9 to 10, it has now come to very early age to 9 to 10. Before it was 14 years, but now it has come to the uh, 9 to 10 years. So from 9 to 10 years, the pituitary gland of female brain will start secreting some hormone, which are called as sex hormone, which will work directly on the uterus and ovaries of the female, and they start developing. And in response to that hormone, the ovary will start formulating eggs from it, and it will pass to the uterus, and so this menstruation cycle begins. Now, Dahisha, can you put the picture of menstrual cycle? There is a one round circle. So, to understand a woman, you must understand what is a menstrual cycle, because that is very unique to a girl, and it is very different, very kind secretly kept thing about girls, that she is having period or menses. We can call it period. Someone can call it menses or time आ गया. So ये menstrual cycle है, which is very much normal. So at the age of after once the cycle is around 25 to 35 days, Dahisha, can you put that picture? It will be in second email. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute. I'm trying to find.
No problem. This circular picture. So menstrual cycle is called as ovulatory cycle in our medical term, and it is a cycle of 25 to 35 days, depending on anybody's own body types. In the cycle, the first 5 or 7 days will be day of bleeding, when every girls have some kind of bleeding, and pictures. It's not there. It's not there. I think I can see that picture, so I'll just keep on. Yeah, this one. Okay. So this is menstrual cycle. We call it ovulatory cycle, in which first 7 days of cycle are of bleeding. Then from day 8 to day 17 onwards, the eggs will start getting formed, and it will be ready by day 12 to by day 17. Once it is ready, it will be caught by the fallopian tube, and eggs will be transported to uterus. In uterus, egg will be there alive for around 48 hours. Meanwhile, if the girl does not conceive, or she does not get pregnant, then egg sheds off from the uterus, and followed by that passing of egg, the uterus wall will start having disrupting, and it will start bleeding, and which will start as menstrual period. So it is a very simple phenomena. Otherwise, eggs is getting formed. It is ready to and from in the ovary. Eggs will be formed. It will be transported to uterus by fallopian tube, and then if the girl does not conceive, it will sheds off from the body, and again the new cycle will begin, and again the new egg will be formed. So this cycle is continuous cycle, and the blood from the uterus, which every girl experience every month, is just a little kind of excreta of the uterus. As you sweat, as you urinate, as you pass to, if you, it is just simple excreta of the uterus from female. So it is very simple normal phenomenon. And the normalcy, there are some normal things about period I want to share. The one, please share the one picture which has do's and don'ts of during menses. This one. So the normal menses, which every girl experience from, which begins at the age of puberty, starting from 9 to 10 years, but by lately it should begin by 16 years of age, and it's last till 45 to 50 years of age. So from that full phase of time, every woman will having periods, which is very normal phenomena in every woman's body. And the normal period will can come on 25th to 35 days. The cycle can be very variable depending on body structure and type. Usual blood loss bleeding day will be from 2 day to 7 day. Anything is normal and anything will be variable every cycle. So every body has different type, different days of bleeding. So mine is different than yours, and yours is different than your friends. We have to look upon your body, and our body should be having similar pattern, almost similar every month. So if it is going on a similar pattern, we are normal. We should not compare periods, my period to your period to my period. So that's so from day 2 to day 7, it can have any days. You can have bleeding from day 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever days. The bleeding amount should be less than 3 pads per day. So that means around 25 to 30 ml of blood, less than that amount, and we should last for more than less than 7 days. If you bleed more than 3 pads per day, more than 7 days, then you must consult a doctor. Otherwise, any variation is normal. And a period will have a little bit body cramps, because while the blood passes out from the uterus mouth and comes out from vagina, it can have a little stretching of uterine wall, uterine os, and that can lead to a little bit pelvic pain, which is very much normal. And here I have mentioned, there is a slide which says what is some do's and don'ts during menstruation. So it is very normal that you can have a little bit pain, and you can work normally, just ignoring that pain. If you have having excessive pain that you have to just lie down and you cannot walk for 5 to 6 hours, then you must consult to a doctor. Otherwise, little bit pain which is tolerable, you should neglect and you should take it as normal thing. Here for girls, I have mentioned some do's and don'ts, but I would suggest that boys also take interest in this, reading this, because someone near your family or friend are having period, then you must know that they may need all this thing, take care of all this thing. So you should eat healthy, because during menses you will lose a very minute amount of blood. The total amount of blood is not more than 80 ml, which is very nominal amount of blood. But if you don't eat normally, then over the period of 2 3 years, your hemoglobin level may reduce, and then you may have anemia. Then you may have weakness, or you are susceptible to infection. So during periods, while you're losing the blood, you should eat healthy food. You should increase your water intake, because with sudden blood of loss you may have reduction of salt, and sometimes you may get dizzy, you may fall. It is very temporary or transient phenomena, but then water intake will help you to keep healthy and fit. You should eat dark chocolate, because dark chocolate it motivates mood. I'll come to this point later on with psychological health. We'll discuss about this. Then you must eat dates. Dates have sugar, carbohydrate, and more of energy. So it's helpful to keep you maintain the healthy and status during period. And most important, girls should maintain hygiene. The pad should be changed every 3 to 4 hourly. Otherwise, the menstrual blood, which is having blood, dead blood cells. So it can lead to infection sometime in vagina, and it may have a bad odor also. So just changing a pad every 3 to 4 hours will help to maintain hygiene. And every girl should take bath. You may feel that baths, we are taking bath every day, but there are some part of society where girls are not taking bath for days. They are not having the facility to take bath. So this is also an important factor when we talk about menstrual hygiene. So these are the do's during the period. So this is very simple. There is nothing we are a serious thing. We don't have to do anything during period. We have to just be healthy, eat healthy, have a normal food. It is not a disease. Menses is not a disease. You have to just be healthy. And if you are not in period, then also you will take care of these simple things during our normal usual day also. So it is just normal usual phenomenon of taking care while menses. So what is don'ts during menstruation? Most important here, don't be inactive. So you must have normal routine work, exercise, simple exercise, which is not having more of the pelvic exercise, but all other kind of exercise you can carry out without any harm, without any difficulties. And keep your sanitary pads. Don't keep your sanitary pad for more than 6 to 8 hours. So while going to bed, you must change your sanitary pads. So when you get up in more than 7 to 8 hours, it will not be more than for 7 to 8 hours inside your body. So please do this, because many girls forget to change pads while going to bed, and then they have vaginal infection later on. So, and reduce intake of junk food and salted chips. Definitely, this all junk food and chips are not going to give you any nutrition. It will fill your stomach. You will not feel like eating later on, and then you will avoid eating water and healthy food. So, instead of eating all junk food, try to eat healthy water, milk, and curds. Reduce consumption of caffeine. So, a few scientific studies says caffeine can lead to crampy pain while period. It's all still under study, but still we have to avoid having excessive amount of caffeine, and smoking also. So excessive amount of caffeine, only once or twice in a day you can have tea and coffee, but avoid excessive. Instead, you can take more milk, water, lime juice. And your sanitary napkin should not be disposed in a toilet. You should have a different disposer for the sanitary napkin. But still, the society has not reached to the level where we can have a provide this kind of facility to our girls. But yes, in case if you have this kind of facility, you must do, because the pads can have bad odor. It can if it comes in contact with the other animals, then they can have infection. Another person, they can have infection, and it will spread foul smell everywhere. So better to dispose in a proper way, in a covered way, so it can get disposed properly. This is a simple thing, everyone are aware of it, but still people are neglectant about it. And be aware of doctor visit. See, a doctor is saying you have to be aware of doctor visit, but it's kind of thing. You during menses, you are having a reduced immunity. So unnecessary surgeries, unnecessary other medicines should not be included while the periods day. So during 2 to 5 days, you should not take unnecessary antibiotic or unnecessary medicine if you are not very sick, to just to avoid any further future reduction of immunity. So this is about do's and don'ts of menstruation. Now, the menstruation. Why we are talking about menstruation so much in detail? Because first, we have taken the menstruation is taboo. Girls herself avoid speaking when she is in menses. She will hide it from everybody, including her girlfriend, uh, the boys, the father and brother of the family. She will never let people are keeping secret that she is in period. So sometimes she is not able to perform all this thing, but it should be frankly shared with in a family that our daughter or our girl or our sister is in menses, so we have to provide her this kind of facility during those days. We should take care of her a little bit more, and then it should be taken as very natural phenomenon. So we talk about menses a little bit more at length. And my menses, the menstrual health, Dahija, can you share one picture where there is some food tips? Food tips. No, in other email. There's been another email. So during menses, there are some food tips uh, which can maintain a better menstrual cycle balance. And menstrual cycle balance is important in two ways. First of all, it in future it is going to play a very important role in childbearing uh, phenomenon. So if the menstrual cycle, the hormonal system is under balance, the old egg formation is healthy and is going to have a healthy uh, embryo and therefore healthy baby. And that's the more reason we are more putting emphasis. No, not other one. There is one more picture. Yeah, this one. So these are few diets. You can just have a look at these few diets that are high fiber food, some proteins, some anti-inflammatory foods. They are the foods which can help you to maintain your menstrual cycle and hormonal status in a normal position. There are some diet like there are high fiber foods including broccoli, cauliflower, red green peppers, almonds, sweet potatoes, pumpkins. Plus, there are few iron-rich fruit, all green leafy vegetables, nuts, tomatoes, then wheat, then lean protein. These are the proteins which I've mentioned. Plus, for vegetarian, all kind of dry fruits and nuts are very healthy type of protein. And anti-inflammatory food. These are the food: tomato, spinach, strawberry, walnut. These are the food. If you take during menses, it will help a little bit to reduce the menstrual cramps, and that will keep your menstrual system upgraded and will not have any other disease related to ovulation and menstrual cycle. There are some other food which are don'ts, which are refined carbohydrate. Yeah, these are the food: white bread, pastries, muffins, white potatoes. Then, when some sugars and some inflammatory foods like French fries, margarine, red meats. They are the food which will increase obesity in your body, which will increase resistance to the insulin, and which will hamper your ovulatory cycle in future, and it will lead to no ovulation, no menses also sometimes. So some girl do have the problem by just gaining or eating such kind of food, they gain some weight and then later on they will have no period for 2, 3, or 5, 6 months, and then they have to take some tablets to regularize their period, and they have to do very severe exercises to reduce their weight and to bring their menstrual cycle and ovulatory cycle to the normal level. So such this type of tip, this is not a kind of strict food regime, but you have to try to eat such kind of food where as and when possible, and try to avoid this don't fruit, the kind of this food as and when possible. You can have it sometimes, no problem. But if you are eating all this food, try to do moderate exercise like brisk walking, jogging, cycling, swimming. Every girl should have some kind of sports for 30 minutes to regularize her body system, to keep her body hormonal system in balance. And the hormones, ovulation, menses is just not related to the childbearing role of the female, but it also plays very important role in maintaining blood pressure and heart disease in the woman. So the woman who is, and diabetes also. So a woman who is not taking care of her health, and by gaining weight and her menses is disturbed, then it may happen that in later age she can have cardiac disease, means heart attack, diabetes, or hypertension. So the hormones which are produced during menses are also helpful in maintaining other system of the body. That's why the hormone health is very important for every girl to maintain her overall health status. With this, we are moving to our second phase of the health, that is the physical health. So anything here, anything other than hormone health, I will take it to the physical health. There is another slide with food. Yeah. So there is another health we can say, that is physical health. So other than anything, the hormones we will include in the physical health. So why physical health? So I was talking about in the initial phase that there are three genes which are different in female than male. Out of that, one gene is a gene which have increased more power to the muscle system of the man, and this is a gene which gives more power, more muscular structure to the better structure to the man, and that explains the more better height or more heightened male. Male have a better height than female. This is because of this gene. So in comparison to man, female have a gene which is not having a super power of muscle. The women muscles are a little bit more delicate, thin muscles. So their physical power or musculature power is a little bit lesser than male, and to maintain that power, if she does not do any exercise, then it may happen that the muscle which are already poor, already less strong, may reduce and may become lesser and lesser weak, and then she feel all weak, she cannot handle a normal household chore also. So to maintain the physical health, she has to build her physical strength and muscular power by little bit exercise or physical activity, minimum 30 to 45 minutes in a day. Any strong physical activity, including sports or household chore or walking, brisk walking, jogging, running, anything. But every girl should do this. The increase in muscle power will help in two ways. First, because of increased muscle power, her immunity will be better, and immunity, if it is better, then she will be able to fight against many infectious disease. Her resistance power will be better, and she will be healthy by not contracting any disease. Like in corona, we had corona nowadays, and the people who were doing heavy exercises were had better muscle power because they had more protein in their muscle, and they were have had better resistance power. They had, either they did not contract corona, or if they had covid, it had very less symptom. It was very mild kind of corona. So definitely the studies are being conducted, and now it is coming up, the studies are coming up that the people were doing exercise had better physical activity, could spare themselves from covid pandemic also. So here in girls scenario, same thing. If you are active, your muscular power will give you more immunity booster, and you will be more able to fight against such kind of pandemic disease also. Secondly, exercise will help to boost your pituitary gland also. So again, the cycle comes similar way, that if you work hard, you do exercise, your pituitary will be stimulated, and hormonal cycle, your ovulatory cycle, your menses will also remain in check. They will be normal. So exercise helps in two way. So exercise is give you other physical fitness, and to be able to do exercise, you must take such kind of food will have more calcium. Here there is some list of few food which has containing more calcium: whole grain, lean protein. So I think you are able to read all these things. So this kind of food will increase your calcium power. Plus, you must take high protein diet, including nuts, curd, some paneer also will be helpful to increase your protein mass. So this kind of food will improve your health, and this goes with boys also. Boys can also have similar food intake can be to remain healthy. So this is a physical health. So after that, I'll move towards the psychological health. Here, Danisha, can you show the picture of that psychological effect on women? This one, the other one, the previous one. Yeah. So if the boys are listening to this, they uh, have come across to girl which suddenly becomes weird. She is so good, and the one fine day she is behaving a little bit odd. She becomes suddenly calm, becomes irritable, and the boy do not understand what happened to this girl, why she's become suddenly a very off mood. And then this kind of change is very common with every girl, every woman, which is called as mood swing, which is absolutely connected with the menstrual cycle, hormonal phase of the menstrual cycle. So just before getting period, just prior to that days, suddenly the hormone level in the body will reduce to drastic level, and this will uh, bring sudden mood swing to the woman. She becomes suddenly depressed, and then her behavior becomes so odd that she can misbehave with anyone. Her behavior pattern is so changed. And ये जो issue है वो हर एक लड़कों को सताता है कि इसको हुआ क्या है. और girls sometimes they also do not understand what is happening to other girlfriends. Suddenly she is behaving very oddly, she is in fighting mood or she is not responding. But this is very common. The good uh, news is that it is very transient. It comes with everyone, but it lasts for only 2 to 3 days. But this is very important factor of girls' health, because when we are talking about all other aspects, the psychology is most important part of our life. How we behave, how we react, how we respond is make us what we are. So sometimes with this variable hormonal changes or behavior changes, and and every girl should know that this is normal phenomena and how to cope up with this mood swings. It is not a disease. You have to just tackle it bit tactfully to avoid these mood swings. So if you know that your period time is due now and you are having sudden mood shifts in your nature, then just try to stay active. Do start doing some more physical activity, drink more water or herbal tea, keep some activity, some hobby, reading, writing, whatever you like. Start doing that for 2 3 days. You have to do this very actively, very consciously. You have to understand that you are not going to show your mood swings. Your behavior should not be taken as granted, and you should not take yourself as granted. You should try to cope up with this kind of mood swings. And see here the very funny thing, but don't blame others. So when you are having the period times, and you are having PMS, you can say it's premenstrual symptoms. So when you are having this kind of symptom, then please understand yourself that you are going to have bad moods, and don't blame other for anything which is going wrong with you. Don't abuse any substance. So don't take uh, any drugs, alcohol, and be don't stay inside. Be outside. Meet your friend. Talk to them that you are having premenstrual symptom and now you need some mood change. And this every boy here has role to play. When a boy knows that a girl, particular girl, a friend, a mother, a sister is undergoing such kind of changes in her cycle at this moment, he can come forward and ask whether she is having PMS. Is she having any mood swings? Then you may help her by knowing, by helping her to keep her outside, talking to her. So that will give a female member of your family, your group, give a more confidence about your maturity, your understanding about female cycle, and your bonds will strengthen, and it will overall give you the better life, happiness, peace in your life. Your cooperation, your collaboration will be increased, improved. So if you tackle a girl during her mood swings, you can tackle her anytime in her life. So this is a tip for a boy who are listening this. So this is a psychological thing. And now move forward to the social health of the woman. Social health. Now you can show me the picture of the girl, the impact of menses on a girl. Yeah, this. A menstrual cycle can affect all aspect of girl's life. And believe me, if I say this, that our society is completely a no woman friendly society. Our society has not created any extra facility for the woman. We have uh, in past we have created all the restriction for the woman. She cannot do that, she cannot do that. There is no uh, factor which can support the woman. There is no uh, possibility that women can take her further without, with help of the society. She has to fight each and every step to get all her rights, equal rights. So here a menstruation, how a menstruation can affect a girl's life. One is education. In schools, many girls do not attend their school because when they are in period, they feel ashamed. They do not have proper toilet facility, so they cannot go to school, and they misses their education. Sometimes some girls do not go to school after once they start getting period. In villages still this thing is going on. The once period starts in a girl, they stop going to school. And the economics, they are not able to work. Sometimes during period they have to take leave. They feel shy of staining their clothes, or sometimes there are no facilities, so they cannot go to the jobs, or cannot take such kind of job where they have to work during period, and they have to miss that opportunity. And sometimes dignity, sometimes the girl have suffered. Many girls have faced this, including me, that your clothes get stained, you get suddenly a period in your school and or a college, and then your clothes get stained, and then you feel so shy that you do not, and everybody make fun of you, and then you do not go to school for many days. And this reduce your dignity, reduce your gives you inferiority power, and this is really impact a woman's health overall in her psychological health. And this is a story, this is a fact. So every boy and girl should understand that menses is normal. If it happens, if you stain your blood, this is happy. ये दाग अच्छे हैं, इस तरह से हमको लेना चाहिए. So it should be planted in everybody's mind that period is very normal, and it is kind of a sweating, urination, or a stool, that anybody can have this kind of excretion from uterus, and it is nothing which can lower your dignity. And health how that if she is not giving getting proper meals, having iron rich food or calcium rich food, then she may reduce her hemoglobin, she can face anemia, she can have less protein, and then she can have weakness in her body, and overall her health will have something and other. She will have some another infection in her body, and then it will reduce her health status, overall health status, and impact her from getting all equal chances in her life. So menstruation can affect everywhere, and there are many needs and taboos are playing in our society. There is one slide, Dadija, you can play it about needs about menses. Yeah, here. So after we are in 20,000, we are in 21st century, and everything about menses has been decoded. Still, still in educated people and uneducated people, menses has lost many myths. And I'm practicing in Bangladesh since last 20 years as a gynecologist, and till date, I'm every day getting new ideas, new myths about menses, and I'm surprised that this is also there. I don't know about this. So every person has their own perception about menses, and very few people take menses as very normal phenomenon, because maybe possibly we are not being taught in our school or in colleges about menses being a normal excretion of body. So there are a lot of myths, including this, that 76% still reduce physical activity because they believe that during menses they cannot do any physical activity, they have to take rest. 68% they avoid going near to men and boy because they feel that they can catch infection from menses. 96 of us, see, this is very big amount, but this is fact, that they avoid religious activity, considering that menses is impure. So every girl, she is in menses, she feels that there is something impurity has occurred into her, and now she has to be away from everyone for 5 days. And there are some family, they really play this thing, they keep a girl for separated for 5 days from family, and they saw the food and all her necessary requirement by just not touching her. So it happens in a this is very common in all society, but mind you, this is just in India or Indian subcontinent. Other countries, European and American countries, come about this. So we have this time that we also must understand this. Then 53% believes that sour food will cause septic, that can lead to tetanus. So during menses, they do not eat any kind of sweet, including lime, curd. They avoid eating, and they have that taboo that during menses they can have sepsis or tetanus. So during menses, you can eat lime, curd, or kind of sour food. And some 59% avoid having milk, banana, or white color food, because white color food is considered as pure or sacred thing. So girl who is in menses, she is now not pure, so she cannot touch this white colored food. This is a phenomenon which people are still having in their family, and they will avoid giving a girl banana, milk, or egg during menses. So this is the fact. Or maybe some people, they keep their all menstrual pad, and they burn it. They think that the menstrual pads have a devil inside, and if they keep it or throw it somewhere, it can catch some devil to that girl. ऐसे वीच कैचर ऐसे बोलते हैं कई लोग, तो उसको during menses they feel that girls is more susceptible to catch a वीच, which is very funny, and ये भी होता है, लेकिन this is very common in some rural part of the country. So there are many myths. This kind of myths limits girls' activity during menses, and girls also over the period of time starts believing this is the fact, this is real truth, and they forward this truth to one generation, to another generation, to another generation, and every girl, including our generation, is also having this myth carried from their previous generation. So from now onward, we have to break this myths, and we have to, for a change, take it menses as a normal phenomenon of the body. So social health is having impact, because if we all start together, start believing that menses is normal, it will boost up the child's stamina, child's self-confidence, and it will give equal power to the girl, that she is not anything abnormal, she is not impure, she is as pure as boy, as equal as boy. In a way, she is different, but otherwise, all her rights are similar to the boys. And social health means we don't have a toilet facilities, toilet hygiene for the woman. We do not have a sanitary napkin dispenser and disposer to the in the schools, in the bus stops, in the airport. Even they've started just now. Before that, airport also did not have any facility to dispose of the sanitary napkins. So girls during period, it is difficult for them to travel. So we have to provide this facility to girl, and you being all your engineer, and one or other day you are going to create some structure, something you are going to create. So please take care that your female co-partner or female colleague should get all this facility in your environment. So maybe you can take this thing forward. Sadly, we keep smoking zones everywhere, but we do not have sanitary pad disposal zone anywhere. This is very sad. Though smoking is dangerous and menses is not dangerous, still we as a community have not grown to this understanding that we keep a sanitary disposer or dispenser for the woman, that she can travel or she can have a facility at the school, or she should not feel shameful while getting menses or getting stained. So these are the very important social impact. We have to take this forward. Otherwise, only talking about girls health, women empowerment will not take our women counterpart to the higher level, to the normal level. I will not say higher, but to the normal human level. So I will take the fifth point, which is preventive health. So, Rajita, there is some slides about MMR vaccine or HPV vaccine. Yeah, this is human papilloma virus. So there are few things: food, a few diets, exercise, a few psychological impact, and all these things we can tackle by just simple remedies, simple method, and we can maintain the female health in a best way possible. But still, there are some diseases which are inevitable that female can catch while having sexual intercourse or sexual encounter with a male. This is one very common known virus known as human papilloma virus, that is HPV virus, which has its home near anal and vaginal region in female and anal and scrotal region in man. So when a boy and girl has sexual encounter, there is lots of chance that this kind of virus gets inside the women vagina, and it leads to the cancer of the cervix, that is a mouth of the uterus. The human papilloma virus is detected as commonest cause of cervical cancer in all over the world, and luckily there is one. This is the only one virus, and this is only one cancer of the world which can be prevented by vaccine, which is called as HPV vaccine. This one another slide, which this is HPV vaccine. This my vaccine is HPV vaccine is a cancer vaccine which is made mandatory in almost all European and American countries for the girls who less than 9 to 15 years of age before she gets any sexual exposure, and this prevents a girl to get cervical cancer. The probability reduces to almost 100% if a girl takes this vaccine. Now in India also we have started vaccinating this kind of girls. When they come to us, we let them, inform them, and then we give this vaccine which comes in 2 doses. So every girl who is not married and have still not sexual exposure, they can take this 2 vaccine dose 6 months apart and prevent themselves from lifetime of getting cancer of cervix. And a woman who has already been exposed to the sexual exposure, she can take 3 doses instead of 2, and she also can save herself from this from this cancer in 95 to 96% of cases. So this is the most important vaccine which we are recommending nowadays to the all girls who come to our clinic, and there are 2 companies which are available. So the girls who are listening, the boys who are listening, both of you can talk to your female members of the family, and they can you can motivate them to take this vaccine and prevent them from getting cervical cancer. There is another vaccine which is very important, rubella or MMR. There will be another slide. Yeah, rubella vaccine. So there is another vaccine, that is rubella vaccine. This rubella is a virus which is very easy to catch by boys and girls. This is a very common virus in Indian subcontinent, and it just stays. Once you get this infection, you can have mild feature of cough or fever or common cold, and then it subsides. You will never get to know that you have rubella infection, and then it remains dormant in male's life all of the life, and in female's life also it remains dormant. But once a girl becomes pregnant, during pregnancy, this rubella virus becomes activated in her body, and it directly impacts the new embryo of the child, embryo of the fetus, and fetus can get a heart disease, deafness, or dumbness, or they can be having some structural defect in the body due to rubella virus infection. Mind well, this virus infection does not harm mother or father. It only impacts the child, and such kind of anomaly, like deafness or blindness, cannot be detected by any test during sonography or during pregnancy. When child gets born, you come to find that this child is having deafness or blindness, and then you cannot help anything because it is permanent disease with child gets it. So now government has started vaccinating all girls. Since last 10 years, the campaign has begun from the government. They vaccinate all girls from standard 9 to 12 against rubella vaccine, and all the infant less than 12 are vaccinated right now. So next time in the future, they need not to take this vaccine again, because this is once in lifetime vaccine. Only once it will protect you lifetime. So rubella vaccine has become a part of our campaign, government campaign, and it maybe any girl who are here listening to this, you are more than 18 years old, maybe you have vaccinated in the school by this vaccine that is called as MMR or rubella vaccine. And if you have not been vaccinated, you can simply go to some primary health center or any doctor and take rubella vaccine. It is very simple vaccine, very small injection. You can take it to prevent a better future of your in pregnancy. So these two vaccines are must for every girl, which can improve your health status in future, or you can bring a better health to your coming generation. So with all this, I sum up, and I have a tip for the boys who are listening to this is, please try to, you have heard this, please try to treat every female member of your family, your school colleague, your wife, your girlfriend as equal, and try to understand that she is having a different kind of physiology during menses, but she is otherwise as equal as you. If you understand and tackle or handle her during this precious period time, you will be having a better bond, a peaceful life, and better future, better family life. And for the girls, I would say that have healthy food, keep exercising, never sit for more than 1 month in a house without taking an exercise. Please try to do simple exercise at least 5 days in a week. And most importantly, a female is not a superior species, but definitely female have a responsibility to take our future generation to better levels. So that responsibility, you must understand that you are just not a simple human, but you have a responsibility to take our future generation to a better health status. So you have to value yourself in that regard. And second, never ever take advantage of being a woman. uh, Show your power by proving your worth, by keeping your best health, best education and give best of your society, and try to understand other girls of your friends, groups, colleagues, and support them to bring them up, bring them a better health status. Help a girl who is not having as good facility as yours. Please help one such girl of your servant's daughter, your some poor friend who is not able to eat properly. Please help someone. A single girl will really give us better future. So with this, I am ending my lecture. Hope that you have liked it, and I hope you were not sleeping because everybody's webcam were off.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We really enjoyed the lecture, and we got to learn so much more today. So thank you very much.
Ma'am, on behalf of GC Bhavnagar, we really appreciate the kind gesture and the way you have covered almost all the topic, and the way you were actually, this was a torchlight and actually an alarming thing for boys and girls to actually open their eyes to certain things that people are taking as taboos and dogmas and taking it otherwise, rather than taking things scientifically and naturally. So the way you were understanding was actually highlighting that things should be taken naturally. We are natural human beings, as well as we are biologically different. We need to respect each other. That is the gist of relationship, and that is the gist of every person who is human being, or else you are just being human. That is what I said normally. Either you have evolved yourself to human beings, so you will always respect the counterpart. If not, then there's a great franchisee for you. You are in the pipeline of being human. So thank you, ma'am, for guiding our students. Dadija, thanks a lot for calling, ma'am. Oh, discussed it so minutely, because there are certain issues, ma'am. Dadija and all, they know that I open up as a soft skill personality development teacher. I open up to my students to certain things which are apart from curriculum. But then there are certain things that restrict me, uh, wherein there is a limitation unless and until a group comes closer to me. So for them, if such webinars, such shows are kept, definitely it will help the students to understand psyche, which you were mentioning exactly. Please understand why there is a behavioral change, why the person all of a sudden is not in the best of the mood, or why these things are happening. And the last part, obviously, to help the maid, or that is obviously which I normally appeal to my students. There are people who are really downtrodden and they need our help. A small help can change a lot of life. With this note, thanks a lot, ma'am, on behalf of GC Bhavnagar and Vadodara sir and all the clubs, and especially Equal Space. I thank you, ma'am, and I congratulate Dadija, Satyameg. In fact, madam, the vice president of this group is a boy, so I salute him always to come up forward and stand with something which is very different into college. To take a stand is always very commendable. It is an applauding thing. मैं उसको हमेशा तालियों से स्वागत करता हूँ कि to stand when you are into college frame, to stand for a girls group is salutable. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks a lot, Dadija.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. It has been such a great experience to listen to you, ma'am. Thank you to all the viewers who have also joined us today. And thank you, Himanshu sir. Thank you, Principal sir, for joining us.
And many more things are coming from Equal Space.
Yes, and if you have any suggestions, please feel free to message us on our Instagram page. So, thank you.
Yes, I just wanted to say one more thing. As a doctor, I could not resist myself telling this, that please vaccinate yourself for COVID-19. I hope that everyone has been vaccinated. But yes, please take it as a message that vaccinate yourself for COVID-19. Be healthy, stay safe, enjoy your life, and have a good day.
If you have enjoyed, on behalf of ma'am, I'm appealing to all. If you have enjoyed even one line of what ma'am has said and has touched you, the best way to return thanks to her is the last part that ma'am has said, go get vaccinate yourself. Please, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you.